It's an infamous slap that has dominated the baseball headlines. Welcome to Swinging Blindly with me, Blaise Bryant, here in upstate New York. And down in Connecticut is the co-hostess with the co-mostess, my man PJ Geary. Hey, my guy.
Hey, and we're back for another excellent episode of the Swinging Blindly podcast.
Indeed, we are. Facebook.com/Swinging Blindly Podcast. On Twitter at Swinging Blindly and streaming live on Colorcast, the Apple app. It's not an Android app, it's just Apple only. And of course, wherever you get your podcasts, this will be available, the day after we're taping here. So, home plate headlines, as I said in the intro, PJ, we have what frankly is a silly and stupid situation here that's kind of dominated the baseball headlines. Tell us about it.
Yeah, as this is unfolded, Blaise, I really and I'm excited to see or hear what you have to say about it. But I can't get a hold off of whether this is like real animosity or if they're just playing around. It's kind of been teeing on either side. But as you said, which by the way, amazing, the infamous slap heard around the baseball world.
Thank you.
Tommy Pham ahead of a game with the Giants. Tommy Pham, outfielder for the Reds, and Jacques Peterson, outfielder for the Giants, were interacting, and it was caught on camera that Tommy Pham just open-handed slapped Jacques Peterson across the head. Didn't seem like it really did anything to the game itself, because this was during batting practice before the game. But it came out after the fact that this was the result of a fantasy football grudge, Blaise. Just everything we've seen and heard about it, according to Jacques Peterson, they're in a lucrative fantasy football league with a bunch of players, and Jacques Peterson was apparently taking advantage of the injured reserve rule and stashing players, quote unquote, and Tommy Pham didn't take too lightly for this. And then when they were able to meet on the field, Tommy was able to give him a piece of his mind in the form of his hand. I have a couple of quotes and stuff like that, but before we get into like that, what is your take on this whole thing? I mean, I'm kind of on the side of, I think that it's very interesting. It humanizes them a little bit to the point where, like, yeah, of course, everybody plays fantasy football. But I think I'm on the other side. It's kind of wild that this is getting the kind of attention that it is. But as two guys that are in the same fantasy football league, at least one of them, what is your take on all of this from what you've gathered, please?
Well, I mean, I think you're right that it certainly does humanize them, no question about it. But I think it's also pretty commonplace to assume that these players are in fantasy sports leagues, and it's safe to assume that because, they're posting it all over their social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what have you. This particular situation, I think it's getting the attention that it is, PJ, right, wrong, or indifferent, because the slap was across the head. Had it been a smack on the ass, then I think you think nothing of it. But also, too, it's 2022. Everything seemingly gets captured on camera, and it just sort of viralizes things, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and it's kind of gone into a whole new echelon. So obviously, let's see. So, Pham, let's see. I think after the game, Peterson revealed that Pham apparently couldn't condone, which was he had sent a GIF into the Fantasy League's group chat about the Padres. So that's kind of where it came from, was that not only was the fantasy stuff, but Pham didn't like that Jacques had posted a GIF making fun of the Padres, the team he was on at the time. And then what happened today, I believe this is kind of coming about today, was that arguably the greatest player in the game right now, Mike Trout, happens to be the commissioner of this league.
And what does Trout think? Or what has Trout said, if anything?
Oh,
Because I don't know. I really don't know.
Trout came out and said, let's see, I ain't talking about fantasy football. It's just one of those things. Everyone's competitive. Everyone loves fantasy football. Who doesn't? I think it's you guys, the media, dragging it on. I talked to Tommy. I talked to Jacques, everybody that was a part of it, just passionate about fantasy football. Because Pham had said that Trout did a terrible job. Trout's the worst commissioner in fantasy sports because he allowed a lot of SHIT to go on, and he could have solved it all. And Trout said, Trout was asked actually today, which is why this is so crazy. Trout was asked today if he was going to resign as commissioner of the Fantasy Football League, which reportedly has a $10,000 buy-in among its multiple MLB players. Trout said, I haven't made that decision. I don't know. Every commissioner I know always gets booed. So it's clearly like, I think it's just a quote from Pham. Nobody wanted to be commissioner. I didn't want to be the effing commissioner. I've got other SHIT to do. He didn't want to do it. We put it on him. It was kind of our fault too because we made him commissioner. So I think it's a lot of in jest. But Blaise, we play for a measly what? For $30, I think was our buy-in last year. These guys are playing for $10,000.
Yeah, but we also have to remember too, 10,000 to them is like $30 for us.
Yeah, that's fair. And just a little bit more backstory on it. It appeared that it was it had to do with Jeff Wilson last year. Jeff Wilson, the running back for the 49ers.
Yeah.
That Peterson was stashing when he put a player that was ruled out on his IR, and Pham argued that Peterson was stashing players. So, it's kind of one of those things. It's the beginning of the summer. We're getting into June. Seems like something that is just, and if it had never been caught on camera, I don't know if we're talking about it, but I think it's one of those things that it's just like the people need something to talk about, the media needs something to talk about, and football rules the country. So there you go.
Yeah, and they're trying to rule the world, meaning football, with all these international games and all these different places. But yeah, I'm with you, PJ. I don't think that this really gets a lot of press if it weren't caught on camera. But at the same time, you're right. We always need something to talk about. Because you think about it, you can only talk about trade rumors and that sort of thing for so long. And
Exactly.
I don't know. And MLB was well within their rights to suspend Tommy Pham for 3 games for this. It's just, I gotta say, what Pham did was extremely douchey. There's no doubt about it. And I say that only because of where the slap hit him.
And according to a couple of other things, at some point in this group text with the fantasy guys, Pham had said the next time he saw Peterson, he would be given a quote pimp slap. And then, as Peterson said, he kind of came up and said, like, you remember from last year? And I was like, fantasy football? He was like, yeah, that Peterson said is when Pham slapped him on his left cheek. Peterson said he didn't react to the slap and was more surprised than anything. His teammates responded as both teams rushed the field where the incident occurred. Said Peterson, that was, I think, the first time we ever spoke in person, so it was a weird interaction and unfortunate.
And unforgettable.
Unforgettable. It'll be talked about forever, but I think we can, and shout out, I just want to shout out our boy Jake. who is back in the chat listening. We love you, Jake, and we hope that you'll stay around for the caller segment coming up shortly. But that being said, why don't we move on here to a kind of a bridge home plate headline to the topic I really want you to be able to discuss specifically. But the son of Roger Clemens, Blaise, debuted for the Detroit Tigers the other night. Went hitless in his debut. Cody Clemens. I feel like when
He's
growing
what
up,
is he? He's a isn't
a
he a
left
short
fielder.
left fielder? Okay.
Yep. And I mean, I think it's just one of those things where we're seeing all these kids, the Bichettes, the Bo Bichettes, the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We're seeing all. It's kind of weird to see a Clemens back again in a baseball jersey, right?
Well, I mean, to me, it's no weirder than seeing a Nevin, Tyler Nevin for the Orioles, and I mention his name because the Yankees have played the Orioles 11 times already
Oh, is
this
that
year.
Phil Nevin?
Yeah, that's Phil Nevin's kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. No idea.
Yeah, that's Phil Nevin's boy, and you have Kevin Biggio, Craig's boy.
Kevin Biggio.
You have
there's a couple of them out there. The Tatises. I mean, there's a couple of them out there.
Right. You have oh my gosh. I mean the fielders, although that's kind of aged out.
Vladdy, as Jake says. Yep.
Yep. Vladdy, exactly. So, I mean, to me, it's whatever. I mean, the Detroit Tigers are not having the year that some of us thought. I mean, by some of us, I mean you and I and some of the experts thought they'd have a little bit of a better year than what they are, which, I mean, frankly, it looks like they are regressing instead of progressing like we all thought they would. I mean, of course, we did not see them really being much in the way of a playoff team or in the playoff conversation, but
I thought they might take a step, is what I think we both kind of thought.
Or two, and really the only thing that's gone right for them at this point was Cabrera getting his 3,000th hit, and and them adding Aaron Boone to the boo list for walking Cabrera intentionally so that he couldn't get the 3,000th hit against the Yankees. So those really are the two weird things that have, well, one historic and one weird, that have gone right for the Tigers this year. Other than that, nada.
Yeah, I would say I would tend to agree with you, my friend. I mean, and the other thing, would be the Torkelsons of they have a couple of young guys there but yes, for in general, nothing really to, and I guess now they have Cody Clemens. So,
I mean, it is good though for Cody that he's not a pitcher, because then he would be compared to his dad, and
that's a great point.
I mean, Clemens, Roger, I mean, Hall of Fame pitcher, and I do think Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame. Steroids aside, I mean, because the dude was always able to flat out pitch, but because but because we have a bunch of stuck in the mud baseball writers who feel that steroid guys like Clemens should not be allowed in the Hall of Fame. It's just stupid. It really is.
7
just stupid.
Cy Youngs, man, it's just is outrageous. Similarly to like the Bonds of the world. I mean, he won his first Cy Young in '86 and won his last in '04. I mean, that right there is just impressive.
It speaks to his longevity.
And and again, steroids, whatever. I mean, I think we both agree that a lot of these guys deserve to be in, regardless of what's going on. But
or you have I mean, to me, the ultimate solution is you have a steroid wing of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that we could discuss Hall of Fame ideas on a different show, but
sure.
But yeah, I mean, I guess some of the chat. Ortiz tested positive for same substance as Bonds, and Ortiz gets in over Bonds. Yes, I completely agree with you, Jake. I am the biggest David Ortiz hater. It's
No, you're not.
ridiculous.
Well,
Yes, I am.
No, I
Yes, I am.
well, okay, maybe. See, and
Beat
I
my Cardinals twice, Blaise.
well,
And in
and
2013, he hit 700 in the World Series because he was probably on steroids. Hit
uh,
700 in the playoffs as a 40-year-old man, steroids all the way. Asterisk on the 2013 World Series, please. Yes, thank you.
well,
I
I mean,
hate the Red
here's the
Sox
thing.
more than anybody.
Right, but here's the thing, though. Look at the damage that Ortiz. If it weren't for David Ortiz, then the Yankees and Cardinals would have faced off in the World Series.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that awful? And that's crazy.
I mean,
we deserved that in 04.
Right,
Deserved it.
Right, we are united in our
And the Cardinals
in our
beat
hatred.
the crap out of the Yankees.
Probably. And that, I mean, I hate to go back in time and say that, just because you don't know because the games were never played, but I would tend to agree with you.
Yeah, and then destiny happened both in 04 and 2013.
Yep.
04 was the curse. 2013 Boston Marathon. The Cardinals lose both of those series. I hate the Red Sox more than I hate them so much. It's not even. I hate them more than the Cubs.
And
I
that
hate them more than our natural rival.
says a lot that you hate them more, meaning the Red Sox more than the Cubs. I mean, yeah, I'm with you, and I don't know. I'm one of those people that designated hitters. I'm not there yet with them being in the Hall of Fame, but I guess that's just another one of those things.
Edgar Martinez, yes. David Ortiz, no.
Edgar Martinez, though, was a third baseman. Edgar,
True.
The thing to remember about
point.
Edgar is that he was an infielder, a corner infielder.
That's a good point.
Before
Ortiz was an awful first baseman.
Right, although Ortiz did make, to his credit, he made a damn good throw, and I believe it was against one of our teams, across the diamond to third, from first, which that's not something that a lot of first basemen do. But yes,
I'm out on Big Papi.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you though, and I know that I tend to be, out of the two of us, a little bit less go with the flow in terms of changes as it pertains to baseball. But I mean, to me, it's just you have to do more than hit the ball in order to get in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So, well, I can go on, and Jake in the chat is saying how if Bonds did cool celebrations and was a nicer guy, he'd be in. I love Papi, and he deserves to get in. But if you're putting him in, Bonds better be in. Such a joke. Asked if I was a Papi fan. I said not at all.
Right.
And we'll get to him. But before we do, Blaise, let's you know what? Why don't we just get to the bullpen calls, which is the new name for the segment for the calls that you have procured for us, and then we can go into the caller segment with my New York State of Mind little monologue that I'll do. So we'll do bullpen calls now, and then we'll get into callers, and I'll lead us in with a little monologue on the New York teams.
Well, I mean, sure. Although, I mean, let's be honest that the calls that I have lined up are, somewhat that does kind of play into the New York State of Mind. So.
No, but I like them. I really, and one of them has some meaning that I can describe really quick after it's done. So why don't we just hit those? Yeah.
All right. So
this is bullpen calls with Blaise.
All right. Thank you, PJ. So 2 calls here, and I promise next week I'm not going to have a Sterling call. Just to be fair, but this is what I had time to quickly round up. So clip number 1 is someone that PJ used to root for in a Cardinal uniform. Because of some injuries, the Yankees ended up signing him. Here's an at-bat. This is from the Yankee radio.
Here's Carpenter. Since he came to the Yankees, he's 1 for 9. The one, of course, a home run against Tampa. Swung on, drilled to right. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Carpenter nailed it. A 2-run blast, and the Yankees now take a 4-0 lead.
Well, the Yankees. Okay, so Matt Carpenter, 4-0 lead against the Angels. They battered Noah Syndergaard. That was a nice thing to see. Noah coming back to New York and not doing well at all. Gave up 5 runs in 2 1/3 innings. So, PJ, a guy that the Cardinals essentially let walk,
Yes,
helps the Yankees.
You had said injuries. It was not injuries that led Matt Carpenter to leave the Cardinals. It was the fact that he was god awful.
Right. Well, I'm going to stop you there for just a second. What I meant is the Yankees were dealing with some injuries. With Donaldson and
thank you.
LeMahieu and Stanton.
I appreciate you clearing that up because because that's me, myself, and Brett, who may call on soon. We're discussing that, and that's kind of why they even made that. They added him was to fill in while guys were hurt for the Yankees, and yeah, I mean, I'll never not root for Matt Carpenter. That's my guy. I think the Yankees were the perfect place for him and his skill set at this point. I think he can still lift the ball, and with that short porch, by all means, like that's really all he was doing. I mean, he hit 196, 195 last year, I believe, playing a lot of games. The last couple of years of his career were not good, but Carpenter had a really good stretch for the Cardinals. Good 4 or 5 year stretch where he was one of the top leadoff hitters, one of the top players in general, and certainly helped the Cardinals out in some playoff runs that ultimately didn't end with glory. But you know, I'll always have a soft spot. Seeing him with just the mustache was amazing. I root for Matt Carpenter, and as Susan said at the end of that clip, that his swing is perfect for Yankee Stadium. That is true.
Yeah,
Matt Carpenter, he swings up, and he only pulls the ball. So, if he still has a little bit of power to lift a couple over the like that home run that you played, that was just barely over the wall, and that's kind of what he could do. So he's not going to do as Sterling said, 1 for 9 with 1 home run, and then he hit his second right there. So that's kind of what you're going to get, and he's I'm happy for him. I'm happy to see Matt Carpenter back in the major leagues.
Yeah, I mean, the issue, PJ, that I have is he's another Joey Gallo type of hitter.
Yeah, well, and I mean that's almost an insult to Joey Gallo, saying that. And I know Gallo struggles in certain aspects, but Matt Carpenter is not, and very much not a. I don't want to be too harsh on the guy, but he's just really not a major league hitter anymore. He can get he can squeak a couple over like that, but he's just not. And I hope he proves me wrong.
Right, I mean,
I'll always have a place in my heart for him.
Sure, I mean, you say that's an insult to Joey Gallo. Name me something Joey Gallo has done well this year, or since he's been a Yankee.
Hey, home runs.
No. I mean,
What do you mean no?
He's hit a couple.
What do you? How many? He's hit 18.
18 home runs
in 99 games.
As a Yankee?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
No, I mean this year though. Just look at.
Oh, this year 5.
Yeah.
This year 5.
Okay, yeah. And how many at bats, and look at the batting average. Look how often he strikes out.
Oh, 179. Yeah.
I mean,
he's not good.
Yeah,
he's a very similar player to Matt Carpenter.
That's exactly.
I think he has a little bit. I think he has a little bit more power than Matt Carpenter at this stage, but you know.
Right, but
I have a couple of from Jake. John Sterling is the worst announcer in the history of American sports. F. Syndergaard, if you really look at the numbers, Gallo has been one of the worst hitters in baseball. So a couple of clips from our guy Jake. But did you want to get into the second? Want to do the second clip?
Yeah, I
It came
mean,
out so good.
this second one, far less controversial. So tomorrow, June
This is an
2nd.
ode. Yes.
Yes.
Yep,
So
go ahead.
tomorrow, June 2nd, this marks, what is it, the second Lou
Second
Gehrig Day?
anniversary. Yep.
Second anniversary of Lou Gehrig Day, as you know, ALS, that's which I admittedly am drawing a complete blank on what ALS stands for, but it's better known as Lou Gehrig's disease, where his body just completely kind of broke down, really.
Don't feel bad not knowing what amyotrophic lateral sclerosis stood for.
Amyotrophic
Lateral
sclerosis. Okay, so that's what ALS. Thank you for
I don't mean to laugh. Yes.
Thank you for looking that up. So
That guy.
yeah. So this is Lou Gehrig's famous speech from Yankee Stadium, 1939. Here it is.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. When you look around, wouldn't you consider it privilege to associate yourself with such a fine-looking man as is standing in uniform in this ballpark today? That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
I really want to go back to that last phrase. I may have been given a bad break, but I have a lot to live forward to, or look forward to. If more people had that attitude, the world would be a much better place.
Absolutely, man. I mean, listening to that, there were some video games that would use that speech, and
Sure.
movies alike. We've all heard the "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth." It's iconic, and it's that was really cool. Like to re-listen to that, and we played that because of, as you said, tomorrow is as we record this, the second annual day in his honor.
And I'm glad that baseball, specifically MLB, is finally honoring and finally honors Lou Gehrig. I mean,
Yep.
Did it take way too damn long? Yeah, it did. But better late than ever, for sure.
Each home club will display four ALS logos in its ballpark. For all players, managers, and coaches will wear a special Lou Gehrig Day patch on their uniforms. Red 4 ALS wristbands will also be available to be worn in game. Clubs that are off or on the road Thursday will have the opportunity to observe Lou Gehrig Day at their own ballparks on a separate date. So it is really the entire major leagues recognizing such an iconic figure. And honestly, it points it back to that speech, Blaise, because I don't think a lot of people, myself included, know exactly all that he said in that speech. I think everybody kind of knows the "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth," but don't understand like the brevity of what he was talking about and how big of a deal it was that this superstar at the time. I mean, this is a disease that inflicts thousands. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but inflicts many people every day, every year, and it was literally named after him.
Especially during a time, and let's not forget what was happening at that time in the country.
Yeah.
There was a depression. World War II was happening overseas, and we were not involved in it until about 2.5 years later. So we were in the midst of one of the biggest economic depressions that this country had ever seen. disability at the time. I mean, it probably helped that FDR was a disabled president who had polio and, had all these, different braces and contraptions, and at times had to use a wheelchair to do his job. So even though disability was widely viewed as, kill for the weakest, there was not this, it was like a survival of the fittest type of thing. So, I mean, and just how Lou Gehrig made every word count.
Absolutely.
Okay. I was like, oh my God, did I lose you?
No, absolutely, man. It's,
all right.
it's something I know that my father knows more about too, and it's it's shout out MLB for a change, right? I mean, they almost they screwed us out of the first week, and then they almost screwed us out of the season. But you know what? They're trying to make it right. So
for sure. All right, let's move on to more current New York state of mind things.
yes, absolutely. Do we want to open it up to the callers?
Well, here, I mean, let's just we can open it up and go from there. So I do want to say though, just as a quick thing, so we'll give the callers a few minutes here, and we just got to try not to talk over each other the best we can, because the way the audio feeds through this backup board that I have, it's just not as good. So, kind of do the best you can to be relatively concise with your point. That way we can have a conversation. So just a technical point of facilitation on my part. So, we can certainly open it up, my guy, as
we want to talk about. We want people talking about the two best teams in baseball. Both happen to reside in the great state of New York. Blaise, your Yankees currently stand at 34-15, which is wild.
19 above 500.
Was this something that you, going into the season, was this something that you kind of, June 1st, was this something you thought could be possible?
No.
I mean, they're not the best team in New York, because there's another team we have to talk about.
Well, I mean, both teams right now are dealing with some injury woes, and that's just part of the nature of the beast of a 162-game season, where you're going to have these stretches where your teams are dealing with injuries, which both New York teams are. I mean, Yankees being 19 above 500, PJ, is something that I don't think any baseball fan, any rational baseball fan, would expect out of their team, regardless of whether it were the Yankees or, the Dodgers or the Mets or the Brewers, the Cardinals. 19 above 500 at this stage of the year is so impressive beyond what any word could describe. And again, I mean, no matter what team it is, you'd have to sing their praises for being 19 above 500 on June 1st.
Absolutely. And then to speak on the other side, the Mets 35-17 as of right now, with an 11-game lead, which is one of the highest at June 1st that's ever been in National League history.
And it's the widest in any of the divisions right now.
By a long stretch, too. I mean, I know it's not your forte as a Yankee fan, but just as a baseball fan, what are your thoughts on what's going on over in Queens?
Well, I mean, a couple of things. Certainly the Mets are for real, no question about it. I also know, too, that the rest of the division is not on par with the Mets. And I know that sounds like I'm making a very obvious statement that would warrant me being a recipient of the Captain Obvious Award. But the simple reality is this. Atlanta, maybe they'll get it together. I don't know. I look at the other teams, though. Philadelphia, Miami, and certainly Washington. I mean, those I don't see any hope for those three teams. I see some for Atlanta, but really, if I were the Mets right now, you know you can play free and easy and just focus on playing a really good game and not have to deal with the pressures because you have such a lead and everyone else in your division is either pretty good, meaning the Braves, and then everyone else, frankly, just looks bad.
I think I would say this. I know the Yankees aren't as ahead, 5.5 as we speak right now over the Blue Jays, 6 on the Rays. But speaking just for the Mets, if the Mets do not win this division this year, this would be considered a colossal letdown.
Oh,
right?
no question about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Marlins have two of the best pitchers in the National League in general, and Pablo Lopez and Sandy Alcantara, and they'll be able to. I think they'll stick right around that third place, but they don't have the offense to compete. The Braves, the defending champions, have looked very disappointing. I mean, they didn't have their star Acuna for the first little bit of the season, but he is struggling to stay healthy and is struggling to produce. I think it's their division to lose, and it would be devastating if they don't. Whereas on the Yankees side, I think this wasn't expected. I think it was more expected on the Mets side.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I also want to just kind of temper the expectations too, in the sense that it is June 1st. There still is 4 months of the season that is left to be played. We're about a third of the way through. A lot still can happen. With that said, I think we have a relatively good read on where each team's ceiling is. And when I look at the ceilings of the Mets and Yankees, yeah, they're really high. It's interesting. I was having a conversation yesterday with my fiance's mom. We were talking about the National League, and I said to her, who scares you? Who scares you in your league right now? And she said the Dodgers, which of course, I mean that's an obvious choice. I mean, we agreed. The Braves don't scare you. The Phillies, I don't care who's managing that team. They look pathetic. But I mean, Washington though, they take the cake. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, it's.
There's a certain streak, by the way. I just want to say, there's a streak. I didn't say this. We've been talking to your teams, but there's a certain streak going on right now in the NL for a certain team.
Cardinals?
I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx anything.
So you're gonna make me talk about my team.
Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah,
hey, Bretty boy.
Now we have Brett Monroe.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's another streak in the National League as well that I hadn't even heard about until I checked my fantasy team, which I suppose that means I should do more. Trey Turner also up with like a 23-game hitting streak too.
Oh, well, is it 23?
If unless Yahoo Fantasy is lying to me.
Well, because Goldschmidt
Turner extends hitting streak to 23 straight games.
Goldschmidt also has a hitting streak as well.
Yes, but you said you didn't want to talk about that one.
No, I don't want to talk about
But now we're talking about it. See how that works?
No, we're not. No,
we are. Goldschmidt is going to help you destroy me in fantasy baseball. Speaking of fantasy sports on this show.
Well, I mean, how about this, Brett? How about this, Bretty boy? I mean, Matt Carpenter has helped us out here in the very short term, a former Cardinal.
Yeah.
I love Matt Carpenter. He was my favorite Cardinal. Yes. Because, PJ, we would watch a lot of the games, and Matt Carpenter's just the man. I loved him. And I'm glad that he seems to have found a new swing along his way since being released by the Cardinals and being picked up by the Rangers and playing for the minor leagues to now. So, Brian Cashman should deserve a little bit of credit there then, because they must have been following, or before he was released by the Rangers, I bet they were already looking at it.
Well, I mean, Cashman absolutely does deserve a solid amount of credit for the moves that he's made, because, I mean, by and large, every button that he's pressed has seemed to activate and turn on, including the super freakish performance at this stage of the year by Aaron Judge.
Yeah, and also credit to both New York managers, Buck Showalter and Aaron Boone, for having their teams in the positions they are so early in the season still, though. But the good thing about the Yankees, where I'm still optimistic, is even now where they weren't winning at the same clip, or they weren't hitting at the same clip, if bottoming out for this little bit still means near 500 baseball, then when you get everybody back, then you're better than 500. So, I mean, that's not a bad floor when you think about it.
No doubt about it. Bretty boy, Brett Monroe, joining me, PJ Geary, and Blaise Bryant here on Swinging Blindly. And you certainly can live with it, because there are people that have stepped up to the plate, literally, and have contributed, which is all you can ask for.
Yeah, just win, baby. That's it.
You can't say that.
I mean, you got to borrow Al Davis's line from time to time. I mean, and the Yankees have been resilient with injuries for Aaron Boone's entire tenure, by the way. For everyone that hates on him, both times that the Yankees won 100 games under his tenure, they dealt with major injuries throughout the year. So I think he's a pretty damn good manager. Even to those who say, "Oh, it's just all analytical," it's like, oh, well, there's always a human element, and just credit all around to the Yankees right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue your point on Boone, and as you know, I tended to be more critical of Cashman than Boone, and felt that if
That's
Cashman
true.
went, Boone had to go too, just because you're getting rid of the general manager, and you don't want to put the current manager. And I feel this way in every sport. So this is not me this is me being perfectly consistent across the board. That the manager that comes in is a sitting duck, and you're inheriting, which is, and both of you have heard me say that, have I not?
Yeah, I can't even think of really a good example in the other direction where a new regime came in, kept the same manager, and it worked out.
Or coach. I mean, in any sport.
Well, yeah. You said if Cashman went, then Boone would have to go. So
right.
I mean, every example in which either just one piece or the other was changed, it hasn't seemed to work out, especially in football with the Jets.
And you got a minute, Bertie.
But we're swinging blindly here. We're not talking NFL. It's just I was trying to think of any example that would apply, and I can't think of one.
Well, I mean,
you would have to replace them both,
right? And just to kind of bring it back. And Bretty boy, Good to have you on.
Thanks for having me on as always, guys.
For sure.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, all the love to Pretty Boy.
Thank you so much. And you know what? Just oblige me with the last 30 seconds. Let's go Rangers.
Absolutely.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Let's freaking go.
Game 1 against the Bolts. Let's
MSG. Let's freaking go. I'm so stoked. There goes Pretty Boy. Oh no, I lied. My ears messed with me.
I think I have 10 seconds here according to my phone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
Sam,
where I'm at tonight. Game 1.
I'm with you.
I'm dialed in.
I'm doing the fist pump. I'm raising the fist. I'm pumping it out. Pump up the jam. There goes Pretty Boy now. I'm so stoked. Sam Rosen, Dave Maloney, on the radio call. MSG Game 1. I'm all in, and I'm glad Pretty Boy brought up the Rangers, because that's an example where, a whole changeover. Chris Drury being the GM and president of the team,
There we go.
he brought in Gallant, and the Rangers are, one of the final 4 teams. Is this Jake that we have here? Who do we have?
No, we got the Peach Pirate.
We have the Peach Pirate.
Yo.
How you doing,
What's
Peach?
What's up, my co-host? How we doing?
Pretty
What you
good,
guys
man.
doing?
So, a lot of people that know me know that I have very many contacts with a lot of people. Whether it's certain industries or not, that we're not going to get into that detail. But
Well, you kind
I
of just
wanted
opened
to
the
hit it off
door.
with saying that a friend of mine who happens to be very close to Matt Carpenter. For one, he's a Cardinal fan, but that's like the majority. But very close to Matt Carpenter told me that he cut his mustache to not only in solidarity for Nasty Nestor Cortez, but also to outdo him. And now I'm calling on the show because I want to know how you guys feel. Like, I think every Yankee out of solidarity should do that mustache, should at least compete for the best mustache. Can we at least do that as Yankees? They don't grow facial hair, but can we at least compete on a mustache?
So
How do you feel?
so Peach Pirate, and then I'll let PJ weigh in. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I was born completely blind, and I don't care.
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, I can't even, what's my argument with that?
You don't have one, and you
What-
just have to
what-
take
what-
my
what do
word
you-
for it.
Do you grow facial hair? Do you what kind of facial hair do you rock?
I really don't grow it out, because then it just gets itchy. My fiance does not like a lot of facial hair anyhow. And being a quarter Italian, I mean, I'm just a hairy beast as it is. So if I have an opportunity to not deal with hair, then that's that. I
appreciate that. I do. I just, unfortunately, I guess to you this isn't as important to me, but the mustache that he's rocking, I mean, I was told for one he was gonna cut it to trying out of solidarity, and then I was later informed that he cut it to not only outdo but try and make kind of make it a thing. That should be facial hair, for Yankees. That should be a thing. I'm sorry. Matt Carpenter looks crazy because he's not rocking his normal beard. So.
Oh man, he looks wild. Yeah.
all right. So
it was jarring, but I liked it. I'm happy for him. It would be sick if we had a whole team of mustache guys.
well, I mean, it like I said, it doesn't really make a difference to me as long as you perform. I don't care.
So, do you think that the mustache has anything to do with his performance? All I'm trying to know is, should I grow out a mustache? Basically, should this
Okay,
lead
PJ.
to me growing out a mustache?
Okay, so again, I'm gonna step away from this because I I don't know, but I mean, just judging by your voice, why the hell not? What do you have to lose?
Right? That's what I think.
I would say the same.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I would just hope that the whole team would do it, but that's maybe just wishful thinking. Other than that,
yeah.
Other than that, I want to know, where you guys are at as far as the Mets, the Yankees. Who's the better team? I want to hear it.
Well, I mean, to me,
before we, I'm sorry, Blaise.
Go ahead,
Before
PJ.
we get to that, what is your take there, Sean?
I'm actually thinking that the Mets might be a better team, doing so well as they have and being banged up as much as they have. I'm actually thinking they might be the scarier team down the road, and that's my
scarier. Okay, that's a good. So you're saying scarier, not necessarily best, but scarier.
Maybe record-wise might not be, but they've been finding ways to get it done, and that's one thing I got to say is thank God for, DH and the NL, and I think that made a huge difference, and I'm excited for baseball all around.
Yeah, I mean, as I went to a game in May to see the Mets and play the Cardinals, and I talked about it on here, but the Mets are the scarier team. Like the Yankees are a good team. The Yankees are a team that's going to be. I think they're surprising almost too. The Yankees. I don't think anybody really. The Yankee fans included didn't think that this would happen the way that it's happening. So I think that's why the Mets are scarier. The Yankees still aren't like as established, I think, even though that they're played so well and they're clearly doing well, and the team Cashman has put together has done well. But a lot of Yankee fans were skeptical going into it.
So
yeah, I think the Mets are scarier. Like if you're asking me that, I'm more scared to play the Mets in a 7-game series than I am the Yankees.
I mean,
as of now.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
I'll just sort of chime in here really quick. See, to me, it's if it were let's just take injuries and let's just take all that out of the equation. Hard to do, but let's just do it. So if you have, these two teams, perfectly healthy rosters,
Peach Pirate, you got 30 seconds.
7 games. I would tend to agree just because I think the Mets pitching is a little bit better, even though I like the Yankees hitting better.
Yep, I hate to admit it because I'm a full-blooded Yankee fan.
Me too.
I think that Mets are a scarier team right now, and that just, kind of drives me crazy to admit. So I'll leave you guys with that. Have a good night, fellas.
Peach.
Love you, man. Hey, come back next week.
Great call, as always, by the Peach Pirate. Is that Brett's brother, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, I thought they sounded similar.
Yes.
Although I gotta say, Peach Pirate presents himself a little better. No, I'm just joshing on Bretty boy. Had to do it.
Joshing on Bretty boy.
Because I mean, oh man, because honestly, hey, hosting with Bretty Boy 2 weeks in a row, it was an absolute pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure, and
you could host, but you could host with Pete Pirate if you had to.
I could, and I think that'd go well too. See, we have a to use a Yankee analogy, we have a solid core 4 here. Is Jake still hanging around? Maybe we can get him on.
Jake had to. He said he had to go eat dinner, and he apologized. But we'll get him on the next show. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and I know the new start time 6:30 Eastern. That's gotta. I know that throws, and it is a little bit of a weird time to start a show, and be an hour long. But hey, it's it's what we're working with. That's
it works out.
2 mighty, hard-working, busy men. And
absolutely, and we want to talk baseball. We want to make sure we bring you, and we get our things, we get our plugs in, and we just want to bring this to the masses. So, especially the podcast. So make sure wherever you get your podcast, Swinging Blindly, Swinging Blindly Podcast on Facebook, and then on Twitter at Swinging Blindly. That's where you can find it all, and we'll be posting everything there. And we just wanna mingle with you.
Absolutely, and mingling is what makes this show fly by as quickly as it has, my guy.
Absolutely.
So a lot to look forward to next week, and another week in, a lot could change. But the one thing that's constant is we'll be here.
Yes, sir. Next week, same time.
And we swing for the fences. And I hope, just like us, you don't give a damn where the ball lands.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Colorcast, and thank you, everyone, for listening. Have a good week. First full week of unofficial summer. And then, hey, we're into June now. So soak it up and enjoy it, because to quote the musical Pippin, time to take time, because spring will turn to fall in just no time at all. Did you know that one, PJ?
I did not, but that seems to work well with baseball.
Yeah, recorded in 1972, and it's just as true, maybe even more so today than it was then.
There you go.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the best we have to wrap this show up, and I promise we'll have more audio. No Sterling, but more audio here next week on the Swinging Blindly Podcast with PJ Geary and me, Blaise J. Bryant the First.